Welcome to iReviews, the show where I review Marvel DC Comics, and today I review Civil War II, Issue 3. The comic begins at the Manhattan Federal Courthouse as we see the judge tell Matt Murdock to call his first witness, and Matt Murdock calls Carol Danvers to the stand. Matt asks Carol to recall what happened on July 19th, and Carol tells him that she was a part of the superhero community that traveled to a location outside of Alpine, Utah, but Matt asks what for, and Carol says to confront Dr. Bruce Banner. We cut to earlier as we see Carol Danvers meet up with Bruce Banner. Bruce is shocked that Carol is here, with Carol asking Bruce what is he working on. Bruce tells her it's just some genetic calculations, with Carol asking Banner if what he's working on is gamma related, with Bruce asking if there's anything wrong. Tony comes into the room and tells Bruce to answer the question, with Bruce being more surprised and shocked that they're both here. He tells them that he hasn't hulked out in a year, but with both heroes giving him a look, Bruce is wondering if he has. Tony tells Bruce to come outside with him, and Bruce is wondering what's outside, with Tony putting a hand on Bruce's shoulder, telling him no matter what happens to stay calm. He believes in him, and as Bruce walks outside, he sees the whole superhero community and S.H.I.E.L.D. all confronting him. Bruce is wondering what he did, and Tony tells him that the thing is, he hasn't done anything. Yet. We go back to the courthouse where Tony Stark is called by the state, and Matt asks Tony if Bruce had any idea why they were there, with Tony saying no. And then Matt asks was Bruce's initial reaction anger, but Tony says no, it was total and utter bafflement. We go back to the hero community confronting Banner, but Banner doesn't understand what's going on. Carol introduces Bruce to young Inhuman Ulysses, and the heroes tell Bruce about his abilities. They explain to Bruce that Ulysses sees visions of the future, but he doesn't just see them, he experiences them, like he's actually there, and they saw a vision, an interesting vision, that involves Bruce Banner. Matt asks how Bruce took the news, and we go back to see Bruce is shocked and disturbed of what he hears, and asks Tony how bad the vision is, with Tony telling him this is all the way bad, and he tells them what's going on here. We go back to the courthouse, where Carol explains to everyone that they explained to Bruce that every vision Ulysses had came true, or was true enough that they were able to stop it from coming true, and the visions were correct, with Matt telling her that not everyone agreed, did they? We go back where Carol explains that both him and Tony disagree with Ulysses' visions, but they want to try to stop Bruce before he does something he regrets. Bruce sees that Tony doesn't agree with the visions, but everyone else here is ready to put him down. Tony and Carol say no and explain they're a split room, and they made a deal to try to find proof of what's going on before they decide to put him away. Bruce is wondering what kind of proof though, and we go back to the courthouse with Matt asking if they did find any proof, with Carol telling Matt almost immediately. With the help of Henry McCoy of the X-Men, while they were talking with Banner, he hacked into Bruce's database and found what Banner was working on, with Matt asking what did he find. We go back and Beast tells everyone that Bruce has been experimenting on himself, and everyone is shocked, and Tony is sad to find this out. But Banner is furious that he would just hack in and steal his work, with Beast telling everyone that he has been injecting himself with treated dead gamma cells, with everyone being shocked at this news. Tony explains to the court that he told Bruce why didn't he come to them, why didn't he tell them about his experiments before he tested them on himself, as we go back to both Carol and Tony are shocked at this news, and can't believe after all he's been through, he's experimenting on himself again. Bruce explains they don't understand his work. He was trying to keep the Hulk away with his work, but Maria Hill tells Bruce to calm down. He's being placed under arrest and not to make this difficult. But Bruce is mad. He's angry that they would just come here and steal his work. He didn't even turn into the Hulk for a year, and they accuse him of something he hasn't done yet. Tony tells him to calm down, but as Bruce is about to finish his sentence, an arrow is shot and hits Bruce through the chest, killing Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Matt asks what happened next, and Carol tells him that all hell broke loose. The heroes see this coming from the trees and fly and run towards there, with Tony being shocked, and tells Carol that he only wanted to help Banner. He was here to stop Carol from doing something like this. As the heroes go to a tree, a bow drops out of the tree, and the heroes are shocked of who killed Bruce Banner, as we see Clint Barton giving himself up. We go back to the courthouse where Matt asks if S.H.I.E.L.D. and the other heroes and Avengers question Clint of what he did and why he took the law in his own hands, with Carol saying yes and tells them that they all did, and Matt asks what they say. We go back as all the heroes are shocked and are asking why. Why did he kill Bruce Banner? Maria Hill tells everyone that this is now a federal crime scene, and Steve Rogers asks Clint to look at him in the eye and tell him why he killed Bruce, and Clint looks at Steve with tears in his eyes. And as we go back to the courtroom. Clint says it's very simple why he killed Bruce Banner, because Bruce Banner asked him to. Clint explains that months ago, Banner came to Clint and asked him to do something. We go to the meeting between Banner and Hawkeye as Banner tells Clint it's been a year since a Hulk incident, with Clint telling Banner that's great, and then Banner gives him a small box. Clint wonders what it is, and Banner opens it and explains that he made something, a special arrow, so Clint can kill him, and explains that if he ever hulks out again, he wants Clint to kill him. Clint tells him no, but Banner explains that he will, because out of all the people he knows, he will do it, and he will be able to live with that choice. But Clint wonders why. It's almost been a year without a Hulk incident, and all that is behind Bruce now. He's not the Hulk anymore. Bruce explains that he had a dream as him, a rage dream, and he wakes up with blood in his mouth, and he wakes up and worries if he has done something, and he knows someday when he wakes up, it won't be a dream, and he wants Clint to promise him, if he ever hulks out, to put him down. He wants him to kill him. And we go back to the courthouse, where he explains that Bruce told him, if he ever hulks out, to kill him, and that's why he killed Bruce Banner. Matt explains that on top of this wild story, to which the only witness is dead, it may seem tricky to believe Clint, knowing Clint's criminal past, but Clint explains that he'd hope all the things he had done, save the world, fight villains, would make up for his past sins, and then after that, the defense calls Dr. Henry McCoy. Henry explains that the custom arrow tip that was used to kill Banner, and according to Banner's notes, he found this one of Banner's inventions. And according to Banner's video diary, he tells everyone that he did the world a favor. He allowed Clint to kill him. But Matt tells Clint he didn't see him hulk out. No one saw this. And Tony tells everyone that he was standing right there by Banner. He didn't see him hulk out, just seeing a man betrayed by his peers. Clint explains he sees things differently. He has an acute sight. That's why Bruce chose him to kill him, because he could see what no one else saw. He saw that he was about to hulk out. Carol explains to everyone that if they're asking her, she has to say what happened today saved lives, and Banner's wishes were granted. Carol didn't know Barton would do that. It wasn't planned. She didn't see him sneak off, but in her heart, she knows lives were saved. Matt asks if this young Inhuman who can see the future has been using his gifts since Banner's death, with Carol saying yes, with great success. She explains that because of Ulysses, many threats have been taken care of before they cause major damage. Even though some are still an ongoing mystery, they have saved lives. Matt asks if any of these predictions have failed, with Carol saying no, but Matt asks if any of these visions have created situations like this. Carol saying no, and because of Ulysses, they have prevented any other death like what happened today. Tony explains that he is not here to testify Clint, but he's here because his friend was murdered. A founding Avenger, a hero. But Matt asks this is not the question they're asking, but Tony says this is not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be guarding, avenging, defending, not this. We go before as Tony tells Carol she made this happen. She couldn't leave this alone, and now their friend is dead. Who else is on her hit list? Carol leaves with the Inhumans, with Ulysses apologizing to Stark, but he won't have this. This isn't his call. The young heroes are wondering what they should do, and they can't believe what happened. With Nova and Spider-Man, think they're going to join on Iron Man's side. We go back to the courtroom as the judge gives the bailiffs the verdict. Mary Jane tells Stark that they're about to read the verdict, but Tony doesn't care. He already knows what it is. He's a genius. He can't help it. But Friday reports and tells Tony that the scans and calculations of Ulysses' brain, she thinks she knows how the visions work, and shows Tony and MJ. Mary Jane asks what this is, and Tony just says, shockingly, it's their future. Civil War II, Issue 3 was another great issue. I feel that this issue, like the last one, gives out more points for each side, as we see the heroes starting to be divided by the choice. Protect the future or change the future. I'm still with Team Iron Man. I kind of thought this comic may just be a big fight, with the Hulk, but it was mostly just people discussing what they should do, and I actually like that. They don't really fight with fists, much with long debates and conversations about the matter at hand. Now I feel like that's pretty cool, and we see the heroes be divided by this long debate. It's very sad to see the Hulk die. I mean, personally, like War Machine, he wasn't my favorite hero, but it was still a hero I like. I will miss Bruce Banner. Also, in this issue, it kind of seemed like the first time Bruce met Iron Man in a long time. But if you're reading Totally Awesome Hulk, which is also a Civil War time, you see Iron Man confront Bruce Banner. But here, it just acts like the first time, with the whole Vision and Hulk killing everyone. But with Totally Awesome Hulk, that was for the whole Vision and Hulk killing everyone. It's just a little weird. It's not a big matter at hand. It's just just a little choice, that's all. Also, I feel like Captain Marvel does have a good argument. Ulysses to predict the bad things from happening and stop those bad things from happening. But what was she going to do with Baron? She said she's going to save the world anyway, so was she just going to kill Bruce? I mean, that seems a little odd for a hero to do. I mean, Hawkeye it seems odd to do, but it still makes more sense because we see Baron actually discuss with Clint a sort of failsafe if Bruce ever gets angry again. I also really feel bad for Tony. I mean, this is like the second friend Tony has lost during the event. I mean, this just gives him more of a reason not to agree with Carol using Ulysses to predict future events, which seems cool, and I also feel like Tony just needs a hug. I mean, really. Don't you feel that? Overall, this was a great issue with great civil debates about the main matter of protecting the future or changing the future. Also, great art. I feel like this artist is doing a great job and can't wait to see more. So I give this an 8 out of 10 and highly recommend this book. It has great art, great story, and great everything. It's good. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And make sure to check out more Iron Reviews, and check out my Twitter at IronHulk018. My name's August, and until then.